Vibes, Angel of the Dawn, back with another Divine Masculine Collective message. Hope everybody's doing fabulous out there today, surviving all of these up and down energies. Still lots going on, same things I've been talking about with, the energies right now, I don't know that we're going to get a break anytime soon. Like, at least through probably the end of August, maybe. They may start slowing down a bit. I'm not sure. I'm just getting that they're very intense for the next at least couple of months. Excuse me, I'm gonna drink. So yeah, it'll be a lot of the same that we've been going through as far as our own healing goes. A lot of clearing, purging, just really getting rid of anything that doesn't serve us, really going inside and assessing like thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Where did they come from? And this is for everyone, not just the Divine Masculines, although the Divine Masculines, I feel like, are going through it double time right now. Just really, really intensely. Kind of like a fast track. Because, I was thinking, I was talking about, in the videos I did yesterday, about this energy all feeling a lot like it did for me last year. Like the energies that I'm picking up in the cards, feels like what I went through last year. So, hold on, I was losing my train of thought. Oh, okay, yeah, that's it. So the Divine Mass, like what I went last year, actually I had been going through it longer than a year. Oh, how do I explain this? I just feel like what I know, the energies that I've been through and the way that I've like went through the dark night of the soul and things, it was a little bit more spread out, I feel, than what the Divine Masculines or this group that I've been picking up on is having to go through. Although it's hard to also say like time frame too, because ultimately we've really been going through all of this stuff since we were born. It just wasn't obviously in our consciousness, very deep, deep, deep within our subconscious. And that's where we're having to go now to remember, to awaken, to wake up. That's what waking up means. That's why it's all internal, because anybody can go out there and read, research, analyze, and dig and dig and dig and just, fill their heads with knowledge. In my opinion, that's not where it's at. Because there's so many different versions and different stories and this and that out there. It's everybody's own perspective for the most part. You have to go inside to do the healing, to get your own answers, to find out what all of this means to you. Because this ascension is just like people. We're all different. And so, it might not be that different, but there's differences. And so you got to find out what those right things are for you, what feels right to you. And, we're all going through it. All of us, the entire world, all of humanity is going through it at some level. But there's also, just like it's also individual, there's so many different levels. Honestly, how could it be so individual and not have so many levels? You've got to have the variances there. So, but the Divine Masculines, I feel like, in the last 6 months maybe, definitely the last 3 months, I feel like have been on, and I guess we all have. I'm sitting here and I'm talking myself out of the things I'm about to say. I mean, not talking myself out of them, but just kind of pinpointing it on the divine masculine. We are all having a rapid opening, a rapid, basically like a cleansing. Like all of this energy, and you guys have heard me talk about it before. When I see how this energy affects humans, when I see it in my third eye, I see like a jackhammer, like a street jackhammer when you used to, like, you know, break up cement or concrete. And I feel like that's what these energies are doing to our chakras. And, you know, again, if you've been on my channel, you've heard me talk about this in the past. And so, layer by layer and issue by issue, because each chakra holds so many different, you know, different areas, and some of those areas have issues which causes blocks. And so, you know, like when these energies come through, that jackhammer, it drives through, or pile driver is also what I'm hearing. Pile driver, it just like drives through all of the chakras. And, you know, each pass clears some areas in all chakras, but it doesn't necessarily clear all issues in all chakras in one pass. It takes more than one. That's why these energies keep coming in, and why they're coming in with these specific transits. Like these energies, these like plasma waves, and I don't know all the terminology because I don't read all of this stuff. This is what comes from inside myself, like or from my higher self, because that's where you get to when you connect with the energies of yourself. So this may not be true for, you know, everybody. It may not be true for anybody else. But this is how I see it. So this is how I'm sharing it. And it may help you to unlock your specific combination, you know, so whatever. If that all makes sense. It gets kind of confusing to explain. Because in no way am I trying to shove my way. I'm just trying to share to help. If something that I've been through or something that I've been guided with, you know, can help other people, that's what makes my world go round. That's part of my mission. So anyway, pile drivers going through the chakras, and each time we go a little deeper and clear a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And so and that's what I was saying too, yeah, about the gateways and the portals and plasma waves and all the energy from the central sun, and for wherever it's coming. I don't know, you know, I don't know specifically where it's coming from. I just know it is real. I feel it. I feel the energy, and I feel the energy changes, and I feel it in my chakras. And so anyway, but all of that being said, those things are coming in with these specific transits that are also happening all at the same time. Nothing is a coincidence. There is no such thing as a coincidence, in my opinion anyway. Very, very divinely orchestrated. And so, you know, we've got all these waves and all these things coming in from outside, and then the transits are like amplifying, ramping that energy up. Or maybe it's vice versa. All of the incoming stuff with the transits is amplifying and ramping things up, whatever. But so that's really making a big change for all people. But I guess what I'm trying to say for the divine masculine specifically is their eyes are being opened in a quick way, because excuse me, throat chakra. That was weird. Just like a ball of phlegm flew up as I was talking. Okay. Anyways, but yeah, just like eye-opening, just like turning it on like a light switch. And I think it was a little bit more subtle for a lot of us divine feminines. It wasn't so quick. It was more of a process. Or at least I feel like the divine masculines are having some major realizations right now that is very eye-opening to them. Because again, this process, they've been doing their work. These energy, because you can't help it. Like, these energies are coming in and they're slamming and clearing things out. Everybody is getting new beliefs and shedding old beliefs, even if it's at the smallest level. So anyways, all that being said, let's get into this. So right now, the Divine Masculines, I've already pulled the runes, and we've got Defense, Opening, and Gateway. Yeah, I think that was open. Let me double check. Gateway and... Where'd you go? Oh, Breakthrough. Okay, I'm glad I looked. Okay, Defense, Gateway, Breakthrough. Okay, so this could go a couple of different ways. The Divine Masculines could be having a major breakthrough during this eclipse gateway that I've been talking about. You know, it's what, 2 weeks in between the new moon and the full moon, and or the full moon and the new moon. Which one did we just have? No, it was a new moon. We're coming into a full moon. Okay, yeah. So that I've been calling that the gateway, or the portal or whatever, in between eclipses. And so I feel like they're having breakthroughs, and I feel like it's more than one breakthrough. It's like breakthrough upon breakthrough upon breakthrough. And this could be bringing up a lot of defensive energy, because I think that these breakthroughs are going against a lot of things that they once thought and believed and felt, and probably very much against like childhood programming and societal programming. And so they're having to come to terms with that. And so they're pretty defensive. They could be having to make some really difficult choices that is causing them a lot of uncertainty, because this is such a change. Like, they're not solid in the new thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Like, they're there, they've got them, but they don't feel comfortable or stable in those thoughts, feelings, and beliefs yet. So everything is really coming up, you know, in a defensive manner, or they're being very defensive about everything that's coming up, because it's like, oh, let's see, what is a good metaphor? Well, I'm just really seeing somebody in a dark room, and oh, I wish I could just really screenshot my brain right now to show you guys. But there's like this person, and he's just like all alone in a dark room, but like these lights keep lighting up, and it's almost like he's getting annoyed. And then somebody asks him, like, why are those lighting up? And he's like, I don't know. So it's something like that. Like, don't ask me. Quit asking me why those are lighting up. I don't know. And at least that's the image that I'm getting. So there's not a really good metaphor, but that's an image that I'm getting. It's just, and like, they're sitting there and they've got their head kind of down, and you know, like their hands on their forehead, you know, their head's bowed kind of, and their hands are in their head, or their head is in their hands. And they're just kind of like shaking their head, just like, what? Like, WTF? What the fuck is going on right now? And, you know, can I trust this? You know, that, I think that's a really big thing that they're going through right now, because, you know, depending on their age, well, regardless of their age, whatever their thoughts, feelings, and beliefs have been, it's been those their whole life, you know? So they're kind of in a really big whirlwind right now of, I just want to not feel like this. I just want to go back. And, you know, unfortunately, any of us, well, not unfortunately, you kind of get to a place where you're like, no, this is where I'm supposed to be, even if it's tough sometimes. But they're thinking right now, or, well, they're thinking it's unfortunate at the moment that they can't go back, because once you start to awaken, you can't go back to sleep. That's just the way it is in this scenario. That you've already made the decision, so it's not like somebody taking away your free will, you already made the decision. So, and actually you don't even have to make the decision, so that's not even a thing either. Anyways, I won't even get into all of that. So anyways, they're defensive about these breakthroughs that are happening throughout this portal, this gateway, because I feel like they've been really, really intense, and really, really like soul shaking, you know, earth shaking, mind quaking. You know, speaking of earth shaking, you know, we've had all those major earthquakes in California and probably other places, but I don't watch the news. So whatever pops up on some of my social media from time to time, which is actually very few, because usually if there's a lot of negativity out there, people spreading negativity, I just, you know, unfollow. I just don't deal with negativity at all. So anyway, you know, there's a lot of that energy going on in the divine masculines, in Mother Earth, Gaia, you know, and even still in the divine feminines. I think that our quakes, though, were a little bit more shallow at this point, or for most of us. So yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and get into the cards, because I've already been talking for a while. And see what's going on for the divine masculines. I've already shuffled this a crap ton, so I guess we should just get started. So anyway, send a lot of love and light to all the divine masculines in the world, because they really are going through it. I mean, honestly, always send out love to everybody. You know, it can't hurt. It can't hurt. Oh, shit. I don't know how many is there on the floor. Not too many. Alright, well, how many do we got here? Hold on, I gotta do some shuffling around here. Okay, those over there. These over here. Alright, so we've got the Three of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, what do we got? The Nine of Cups, the Nine of Chalices in reverse, the Two of Pentacles in reverse, the Lovers in reverse, and the Magician. And the Six of Pentacles as the bottom of the deck. Alright, so yeah, they could be dealing with a lot of people. I think this was in the air sign reading yesterday, because I had somebody comment on that, and yeah, on my Facebook. Anyways, yeah, so I think that there's a lot of people that are like have their own thoughts, feelings, and opinions about your life and what you should be doing. Also could be too many people in, you know, in your money, or having their hand out. Too many people could be needing you to financially support them in some way. Could be about obligations. But mostly I feel like there's a lot of people that are talking to the divine masculines and telling them basically what they should do. Yeah, I actually feel like in this situation, there could have been, if the divine masculines, I feel like this group of divine masculines has been in karmic partnerships, and I feel like this is a realization here of, like, they have had that breakthrough, like I was talking about earlier, about, you know, what they truly want and what direction they're truly going. And I feel like they realize that this is not, this karmic situation here is not the way that they wanted to go, They're realizing now that they have a higher purpose that needs to be manifest, and that they want to manifest the true divine partnership, the higher vibrational partnership. And they're very defensive. I feel like it's because they kind of have to be. I feel like it's more almost like they're having to defend some of their own choices as well. Because I feel like a lot of people are like, well, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why do you think that? Why do you believe that? You shouldn't believe that. That's not true. It's really like this. You know, they're just really trying to get them to believe a different way than what they're coming to understand. And this is coming from within the divine masculine. So divine masculines, know that as long as it's coming from within inside yourself and not from these external sources, you're moving in the right direction. As soon as you follow other people's thoughts, feelings, opinions, and beliefs, then that's when you're going to be led astray. It's like, because it's got to come from within. It's got to come from your own knowledge, your own guidance, your own intuition, your own self-love, you know, knowing your own worth, being confident that whatever somebody has to convince you to stay in is definitely not for you, you know. And I feel like that's what all these people are trying to do, and I feel like there's more than one. I don't feel like it's just a karmic partner here. I definitely feel like there's a lot of people trying to tell you that, you know, you should be doing what they want you to do and not what you have decided was right for yourself. And so I would say to stand firm and basically tell them, you know, I appreciate your thoughts, feelings, and opinions. That's not for me, but, you know, I appreciate your concern, you know. And if you have to separate from those people, you know, separate from them with love and light, not with any kind of ill feelings, you know. But if you don't have to separate from those type of people, or from those people, if they can realize that what is best for you is, you know, what is best for you, and it shouldn't affect them, you know, because what other people do shouldn't affect you. You should be solid enough in your own self to let people be themselves and let them do what is best for them. And that's, you know, that's kind of the direction that, or no, that's not kind of, that is the direction that this whole ascension is moving us towards. And I did a write-up the other day on my Facebook about it, you know, about, it's like, well, this is talking about just being yourself. And the write-up that I did the other day, oh wait, no, this is, hold on. What did I write it about the other day? Oh crap, I lost my train of thought. We're moving towards a time where if you just be honest. Okay, that's what I wrote about. What I'm talking about now, these intertwine though. It's like two sides of the same coin. Because this is people letting other people do what's right for themselves, and not feeling any type of way about that, except for happiness and joy for the person, you know, standing in their own power. Because that's what we should want for people, is for them to stand in their own power and to shine their own individual light. And that's however that means to them. Like, if somebody decides that they want to be a bum on the street, and I know, you know, most people say, oh, well, I wouldn't choose to be a bum. Well, you know, and okay, I shouldn't even say a bum, a homeless person on the street. That bum is a very judgmental term, actually. That's just what I grew up. That's part of my programming. That's what I grew up hearing them, you know, homeless people called. But no, a homeless person, and that's not me trying to be politically correct, because I give a shit about what other people think about what I say. I'm trying to clean up my own judgments of others and my own thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that have been ingrained inside me over, my life. So anyways, but, for instance, if somebody decided that they wanted to be a homeless person and just vagabond, transient, somebody that just moved from place to place, and they didn't have any money, and so maybe they had to, beg for money or whatever. But maybe they decided to do that, and maybe that is their life purpose. That is how they shine their light, because maybe they have something important to say to those people that they come into contact with out there on the streets. I mean, that's how divinely orchestrated our universe is. And so, or our multiverse is. And whatever is beyond that, because I honestly don't know. At least not at this time. But, so we all have our different roles to play. And that's why nobody should tell us or be offended by the things that we choose to do, and that even goes in relationships. Because once you realize why things had to happen the way that they had to happen, you realize it's all for the best anyway. And that's whether you're a person, doing the doing, or the person being the observer. Say the divine masculines, that's whether or not you're a divine masculine and you're making these decisions that other people don't like, or that's whether you're the people that don't like it. Everybody needs to realize that these are just the divine masculine's thoughts, feelings, and opinions, and he's the only one that it really is important to. Because even the divine feminines, we got to be like that for ourselves, and that's how we even come into union in the first place and the last place. We all have to get to that place of being who we truly are, because it's our true essence brought from within to without, on the outside, from within ourselves to the outside, that is actually our true divine being, and how we recognize each other when we're not whole. For me, I feel, and I know it wasn't a fluke that my divine masculine and I got together at such a young age. There was a purpose for everything, but it kind of seems like that way, trying to explain it, because I feel like, if you haven't been in union before, then it'll just come, and once you're both healed, and it'll make sense. But if you've been in union before, then you're like, well, then if we already knew, then why didn't we stay together? If you're in separation. But depending on what level of healing that you come together at, that's not always possible. And let me tell you, when you get together at 17 and 18, there's a whole lot of it's all the healing that hasn't been done. And spending 20 years together to really solidify some of those programs from childhood. We've been separated off and on now for 5 years, a little over 5 years, and it's been a very huge learning process for me, in relationships in general, what I needed to purge and clear, what I still am working on, for myself, because that's what I'm focused on. Even if I can see ways to help him now, I realize that sometimes by helping or trying to help, we do more damage, because some things people have to learn on their own and go through on their own. So, yeah, anyways, all that being said, I don't even know what got me on the tangent. Oh, other people. So, yeah, there's just way too many people in the Divine Masculine's business, and, basically they either get on board with his decisions or, jump ship, because it's in this case, because this is a Divine Masculine reading, it really and truly is all about the Divine Masculine, all about his healing, because that should be all of our central focus, our own healing. Because if we stay in our ego and we keep wanting external things then those external things is what's holding us back as a race or whatever, not a race, the human race, holding us back from ascension. And that's why we're having these huge tower moments and, you know, serious dark night of the souls, because people are really fighting, and these energies are coming in again, like I was saying earlier, they're coming in regardless. It's happening. Whether you realize it or accept it, it's happening. So when we don't get on board, it is devastating sometimes. And the longer that you suppress it, repress it, whatever, and deny it and tamp it down, the worse it's going to be. Okay. All right, let's do a little bit of clarifying. I'm going to try to make this quick. 3 of Pentacles. Let's clarify that one. Thank you. King of Swords. Yeah, that's like standing up and standing in your power. He looks pretty happy about it. Look at that. And, okay, and the karmic partner could be trying to hold on here and use, which way? Okay. Like seduction, trying to use sex to hold on here. But I feel like the divine masculines, they're being pretty, I can see he's holding that sword and he's standing on that bull. I feel like he's really getting strength and confidence and determination, and he's really kind of standing his ground and speaking his truth. And I feel like the karmic partner is, you know, at this point, because I feel like the divine masculines have, you know, kind of decided, you know, I'll let go of the money. So now it's like seduction. I mean, money could come because we also got the Queen of Pentacles. But check this out. And this actually goes along with it. There is this chick on this group that I'm on, and oh my gosh, she is so negative. She's always talking about like people bowing down, and I don't know. She seems to be very angry. But that's what she said. Something about coming on their knees, and that's what this. Oh man, can you not see it? That guy is on his knees at her feet. And I feel like that's like the karmic partner, like, you know, what she's wanting, or the kind of mentality that she's had, you know, bow down to me. And that's not, you know, anybody that's in this twin flame scenario, that's not what this is about at all. Nobody's supposed to bow down to nobody. There could be some apologies that need to be made in certain cases, but there's no bowing down. No, I mean, okay, now if you're into foot fetishes, that's one thing, but he looks like he's about to kiss her feet, and I don't mean in a foot fetish kind of way, you know? I mean, if you like feet, you like feet. No shame and no game here. But that's not what I'm getting. She's admiring herself in the mirror while he's kissing her feet. That is not a high vibrational situation. You know, if you're role playing, okay, that's cool. You know, again, you know, do you, boo-boo. But that don't feel, especially with the way these cards come out, this feels very, you're below me. You're not good enough. And that's not this twin flame journey at all. That is definitely, that is a karmic partner sent to a divine masculine to show him that he is good enough. He's going to have to be the phoenix and rise up out of that shit. And I feel like with this King of Swords, he's coming up swinging. Yeah, coming up swinging. It's like he's realizing who the hell he is. Remembering who he is. Alright, tell me about this Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I love that King of Swords in that. That is... 8 of Swords, yeah. Divine masculines are no longer... excuse me. They could still be having some throat chakra issues. But they're no longer in their head about it. They're getting out of disillusionment. definitely getting out of disillusionment and standing their ground. See, 9 of Cups in reverse. Tell me about that. Yeah, he's really realized this was not what he wanted, not what he wished for. I feel like this 2 of Cups, or I mean this 2 of Pentacles and this Lovers in reverse, they're both in reverse. This is realizing that, you know, if there was a choice in the past that, you know, this wasn't what he wished for, he made the wrong choice. And so now he's ready to manifest what he truly wants. How about this 9 of Cups in reverse, please? I'm hearing, I just keep hearing, I'm back. So, yeah, 10 of Wands in the reverse. Now this, usually I feel like 10 of Wands is not putting down the burdens. Oh, well, okay. Yeah, in the past, hold on. Well, this is the end of oppression. I feel like this is the end, yeah, of somebody... just kind of... I don't even know. Like, draw your own conclusion from that. That king is just watching that person fallen into... like, actually, I think that king pushed that person into that pit, onto those wands. Now, this is in reverse, though, in the spread, so the Divine Masculines is getting out of that type of energy. That also could be he didn't put down the burdens in the past, or his wish is to walk away from, or, yeah, his wish was to walk away from burdens, and he actually got into burdens anyway. Like if he was in a situation with the Divine Feminine in the past and he was trying to get away from something specific, or thought he needed to get away from something specific, I feel like he ended up getting into a similar situation with this karmic partner. Prince of Wands, that's the... see, this has got Princess and Prince. Yeah, so this would be the Knight of Wands. Yeah, wanting to move forward after making a decision. Maybe wanting to move forward and communicate, but definitely wanting to move forward. I feel like also, again, getting a higher perspective. Oh, wow. Okay, so you wouldn't be able to represent really the new moon because it would just be dark, especially on this black background. But look at that. This looks like that portal that I was talking about with the full moon, and then this would be representative of the new moon. But check that out. That was pretty cool. So yeah, I feel like moving forward after making a decision, yeah, now we've got 2 of Cups, romance on top of the Lovers in reverse, and change, and the 2 of Pentacles. So now we have the 2 of Pentacles here in reverse. So I feel like this was making the wrong decision, and then this is making the right decision. And look at all that balance in that card. You got the yin, yin, yangs, and then you've got the pentacles that are on top of each other, and they're like, you know, opposites, polar opposites. So a lot of balance in that card. So the Divine Masculines are also looking for something that is rooted in love and balance. They very much want equal give and take. You know, just very much a balanced relationship. So that's what they're quickly moving towards, is a more balanced, deeper love connection, and with lots of balance. All right, tell me about the Magician. Okay, so we've got this Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and it says failure at the top, so they're manifesting, obviously, the opposite of failure. So they're realizing that they're manifesting a successful new relationship, a successful new life, and a balanced life and relationship. Alright, and then bottom of this deck is Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, they're moving towards stability, finances, abundance, love, a very solid connection. That's interesting. I don't know why, and maybe it's just because of the stars that are in this, but I've heard this before. I actually put it in one of the Divine Masculine recent videos about changing the stars, changing your stars, and that comes from that movie A Knight's Tale with Heath Ledger, which I love. But it looks like she's changing her stars, like she's going to rotate those and change her stars. Or she's got this, like a piece of yarn, it's like she created those stars. And so I'm getting that very much here with the Magician and the failure in reverse. So yeah, the Divine Masculines are making choices to move towards something stable, but they do have a lot of resistance right now. But I feel like they're defending their choices, and if people aren't on board with these choices, they're just cutting them out. You know, kicking ass and taking names. Look at him stand on his kill down there. Kicking ass and taking names. So whatever this karmic partner, you know, is trying to do, or whatever they have tried to do in the past, isn't working this time. The Divine Masculines are like, nah, I'm good. I know where I'm going because of these breakthroughs that the Divine Masculines are having. Even though it feels a little uncertain and they feel a little insecure about this move, they know internally that it still feels right, that there's been something wrong inside their heart and soul for a while now, and they're starting to get a glimpse of what it feels like as that is becoming less and less of a void. They're filling themselves up a little bit at a time. They're filling up their own selves. And so even though that feels like they're on shaky ground right now, they're getting more and more solid in themselves every minute of every day, I feel like. So, again, like I said, I would send the Divine Masculines tons of love and light. Send everybody lots of love and light, because, you know, everybody needs it. But, yeah, the Divine Masculines, they're doing some tough stuff. They really are. And, you know, they're going through a lot. So, kudos to them. And Divine Masculines out there, just know that, you know, as long, like I was saying earlier, as long as it's coming from within, not from your head, but from like a heart and soul place, like something that feels really good. Excuse me. Not like instant gratification or anything like that, but something that, you know, when you think about, it just feels lighter, you know, you just know, you know, because there's this knowing when you're being guided. There's just this knowing. There's no question, you know, when there begins to be questions, you need to go deeper inside, and figure out why you're asking those questions, why you can't decide, you know, what is blocking, yeah, maybe what's blocking your throat. Big time, scratchy throat, all of a sudden. Oh, crap. I was going to do help and guidance for the Divine Masculines. Give me 1 second. I don't know how long this video is. Oh, we still got a little bit of time before it clicks off. And literally, when I just looked at that, I can hardly ever see the time when I'm doing these videos, because it's teeny tiny, and the way that the computer is leaned, it's hard for me to see because, you know, computer screens. But literally, when I just now looked at that, and you guys can verify this, well, no, you won't be able to, because when I add my intro and outro, that'll change it. But it literally said 44:44. So it was 44 minutes and 44 seconds. But yeah, when I add my intro and outro, I don't know how long that adds. I can't remember. But anyways, that was pretty cool. So you guys won't be able to double check that. You will be by a few seconds if you go in and calculate how long the intro and the outro takes. Anyways, help and guidance for the Divine Masculines. And then we will wrap this up. Oh, if this resonates, or even if it doesn't, but if you want to dig deeper into your own personal situation, I'm still running the Twinflame, full Twinflame reading and the Twinflame mini for $45 for the full Twinflame and $20 for the mini. That's a shit ton of cards for both readings, lots of information. I always get fabulous feedback from those personals. So, and thank you guys all for the feedback. I so much appreciate it. But yeah, so that is on special right now until the end of the month. If you're interested in that, if you want to dig deeper into your own situation. So yeah, even though like the Twinflame mini is only $20, you still get so much for that $20. I do the runes, I do the oracles, and like a crap ton of other cards. So anywho, if you're interested, let me know about that. And let's see, Divine Masculines, help and guidance. And if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so and hit the bell. You'll get notified when I put out new videos. Let's see what else. Share, comment. I love to hear from you guys, hear how these situations are affecting, or like all these energies are affecting you guys, and whether or not these readings resonate. Oop, that one slipped. Hold on. Where did it go? Okay. Get one more. So yeah, comment if you like. If you're interested in any private readings, all that information is in the description box below. All the different ones I offer. If you guys are interested in something else that I don't have down there, just shoot me an email. We can talk about it. We can always work something out. We can always figure something out. There's always an answer. And there's other services down there too if you guys are interested in those. Energy healing, spiritual coaching, guidance, whatever. I don't like to put labels on things because, you know, the same thing can be labeled 50 million things. So, and then it's like if you label it, then these people are like, oh, I don't want that. That's not what I need. When really they still need the same thing, but it's called something else. So I just hate putting labels on it. But whatever. If you guys are interested in any of that stuff, let me know. There we go. Ooh. Okay, so there's some kind of sneakiness going on here. I feel like you're needing to break away from something that's not. Let's see, the fox. When I am not your job, I am your red flag for some deviousness going on. Look around your circle, in your hall. I might be planning your fall. I am master of manipulation, and I am going to fool you all. Craftiness is my fame, and sneaky, sneaky is my game. Okay, so watch out, Divine Masculines, for those karmic partners that, you know, when you make these tough decisions and realize, you know, that certain relationships don't resonate with you, and this could be more than just a karmic partner. Well, could be more than just a karmic intimate partner. All partners are karmic because it all teaches us something. This could be more than one person, and it could be more than just an intimate partner. Because I'm feeling like there was a lot of people involved. So there could be a lot of people that are plotting and planning against you. And let's see. Now that's your overall energy. Let's see. Number 13. So help and guidance is like letting you know, hey, there's something going on and you really need to be aware. Okay, number 13 over here. I am young, I am new. I am playful and immature. I am a baby, a kid, or a teenager. Small, shorter, tiny are other ways to describe me. Okay, so there could be something to do with a teenager, or it could just be needing to be more young and playful like, but it also could be this person is immature, acts like a teenager. This karmic partner or partners, other people, they could be more immature and act more like teenagers, like with a lot of gossip and stuff like that. I mean, I feel like this is more than gossip. Like there's some kind of plotting for somebody to take somebody down, and I feel like it's some kind of group almost plotting against the divine masculines. And it's because they're operating from lower level vibration. So it's like, and then you've got the sun, so it's like you got to rise above that. Let's see what we've got for the sun. 31. I am success. Hear me roar. I control your ego and charisma. I boost your confidence and courage. I bring victory and glory. But be careful not to get too cocky, or you will be burned by arrogance like Icarus. Ugh. And then we got that damn anchor. I feel like your help and guidance is telling you that somebody, you may not be seeing somebody correctly, and that some type of arrogance on your part is not really, like, for instance, maybe you think, no, I can read people better than that. This person is not like that. And they're really, very, very slick, way more, what the hell is the word? Devious and deceptive than you are giving them credit for. And that, I feel like, has been like an anchor, like something holding you back, holding you down. But now it's like, I don't know, this help and guidance don't feel good. So I guess really the help and guidance is to really open your eyes to people's true nature. Maybe try to assess all relationships in your life and really examine, don't do any, well, they did this because of that. Don't try to justify or rationalize anyone's behavior. Just take it at face value and judge it off of that. Don't try to rationalize or make exceptions or anything like that. Like, really look at all the people in your life with very clear and open eyes without, blowing anything off. And really see who people are at their core. Because I feel like there's some people in your circle, intimate karmic partner plus some, that are very immature and that very immature and possibly plotting to, like, get you fired or, I don't know, take you down in some way. Now, okay, for instance, if this is like secrets or something, the best thing to do, like, with secrets or something, like if somebody knows a secret about you and, like, they plan on taking you down with something like that, it's best to get the jump on them and, go tell the secret before they can tell the secret. It's always best coming from the source than coming from a third party. So if it's something like that, now if it's a job, that's a little more difficult because people that operate at lower vibrations are very manipulative, and fake, and there's really just no authenticity to them. So it's very easy for them to manipulate other people, like in a workplace, like bosses and stuff, to get them to see you in a negative light. So it's a little bit more difficult to try to outwit that. So if, you know, but just kind of be aware that there could be a person or people that somehow are plotting to, I don't know, do something bad, or just something low vibrational, something that's not right. Yeah, something that even goes against their own soul, but they just don't care right now because they're in those lower vibrations. Their soul is their last true worry. At this point, your downfall is their true worry. So the best thing to do is just rise above it. If it's like losing a job, there's other jobs. Yeah, I know it can get difficult. Sometimes we have to lose everything in this process to rebuild from nothing. I'm like the poster child for that. Like, I've lost everything so many times and just keep having to rebuild and rebuild and rebuild. And every time I get in a good place, something else happens and there we go again. So, been there, done that. I understand, but do be strong because you're moving in the right direction. Because no matter what has happened to me that I felt like was negative or bad in my past, I wouldn't change not one thing. Not one thing. Because everything has led me to the places that I've been and made me the person that I am today. And I love me. And I love all of the things that I've been through that have helped me grow and learn. So I wouldn't change anything. Not even, and I know people will be like, you wouldn't like change to be back, or, you know, to like not have separated from your twin flame. Oh gosh, no, that was one of the best things that ever happened to me. Ever, ever, ever. And that's a long story and I won't get into it because I don't have time. So anyways, I've already told you guys most everything. Divine Masculines, really be on the lookout. There's some people that does not have your best interest at heart at all. They really got some bad mojo jojo coming towards you. So just put up your defenses, you know, cut cords, do cord cuttings. Look up cord cuttings on YouTube. Clear your energy fields. Like if you have anything, and definitely don't let them in your energy. The most that you, if you don't have to. Like if it's an intimate partner that you don't work with, like if it's somebody you work with, obviously you still have to go to that until you find another job. But if it's like an intimate partner, you can cut that off. You know, don't let their energy interact with your energy because it's not cool. It's not good at all. So just be careful. That's the best thing I can say. Just be careful. Watch out. Try to see people for who they truly are, because there's a lot of people hiding behind false masks. And yeah. So anyways, if you guys get some kind of insight, guidance, or information from these videos that I put out here on YouTube, and you guys would like to do an energy exchange donation, those can be made through my PayPal at paypal.me/Angel of the Dawn. And this is Angel of the Dawn, and I'm sending you so very, very, very much love and peace, love, and light out. Until next time.